Welcome to a new hair tutorial, how to get glamorous and elegant hair. It's an overnight tutorial, so we are going to roll in with curlers and I will show you how, and then I will show you the result tomorrow morning. Probably you wonder, is it comfortable sleeping in them? To be honest, they are very soft. As you can see, they are very squishy, and so it took a while to get used to it, a couple of days, but to be honest, I don't really feel them. So they're quite nice, and it's just a super fast way to get glamorous curls, and it's a very easy and quick way. So let's start with the video. Of course, I will link the curlers in the description box, so you can also get them if you want to. They have various sizes. They have bigger ones, smaller ones. They also have the very small ones, as you can see. I, to be honest, never use the smaller ones. I always stick to the three biggest sizes. So if you have a choice, I would only get the three biggest size. But it was just a little bit difference of a price to get the smaller ones too, and I just thought, why not? Okay, so let's start with the video. As you can see, I have very straight hair. This is my natural hair. I washed it, it's completely dry. I let it air dry for a couple of hours and I brushed it through. I have a smoothing brush, which is very handy for these curlers. And we are also going to use this one. You can part the sections with your hair, which I also sometimes do, so you don't necessarily need this one, this brush, this parting brush. Actually, it's for your volume, to have to add some volume, but we're using this one for parting the sections. So I always like to have it on a side. As you can see, I have very thick hair. And I'm going to start with this section in here. Don't take too much hair. Brush through your hair a couple of times, maybe a little bit less hair. If you take less hair, you will have stronger curls. If you take more hair, you will have more of a looser wave. So we are going to take this one and we will just pin it. And for the head, or the top hair, we are going to divide it in this segment. You don't need to be so precise, but like the next couple of hair. I like to use the bigger curls on the top hair. So, but you might experiment a little bit. And it also depends on the length of your hair. As you see, I have, sometimes it happens, you really need to like pin them. If you will hear a little click. So let's do that again. So just roll them in. What I like to do is stay close to my face, and I never roll on my back, on the back, because I sleep on it and I don't really like to feel that on the back of my head, on the back of my head. So I always try to keep the rollers like in this part of my, on that part of my head. It's because it's more comfortable doing that. This on the side, and with the rolling, try to get the ends and roll them in so we don't slip out, and then you just roll and roll. You will hear a little click if the curler is inside, so it's just, so this is the sound you are wanting. Otherwise it will slip. You don't need to be super precise with them. Yeah, just a very quick, easy way. Sometimes they roll out at night, but to be honest, I don't really worry about that, because, I mean, sometimes it happens, but not always, and it's pretty rare that they open up. So then you have one straight hair, but you can still curl it with a curling iron if it bothers you. But most of the time they really stick. So I'm not really precise with that, so you don't really need to part your hair as closely as possible. It's just, I mean, just curl it. I like to curl it inside, so not outside, but you take your hair and curl it inside. It gives you more of a vintage look. So in most of the time, if you see hair tutorials, they are curling inside, outside the hair direction, but with a vintage look, the Hollywood curls, with a vintage hair, of vintage hairstyles, we usually curl them inside, and we are also doing everything on the same direction, so you might curl them on the same direction, except this one. This one is straight. This one I also like to do on the same side. This was just a little bit messy, but I mean, nobody's perfect. So as I get more to the lower part, I like to use a little bit of the smaller curls, because I like to have more volume and more of a wave in here, and more curls on the lower hair. Also for comforting reasons, I don't like to be too close to my head, so I'll always curl it just at this height. So I'm not rolling them completely back to the top. It's much more comfortable, to be honest. So this is just a little trick of mine. And also your hair will appear a little bit longer, because the curl is taking as much of the length. So if you give them a little bit of an inch, they will appear longer, and you will have more layers, even if you don't have layers. I mean, I have layers cut right now, but when I didn't have them, I also rolled them on here, more on the top, and in here I just rolled them until this section, so they appeared longer. So just if you're not sure if you want to get layers and you want to test it, this is a good solution. So just rolling the rest. Okay, the other side, one of the bigger curls, the bigger rollers. So I would always brush through them so they really get smooth and silky. By the way, my hair didn't used to be so silky. I will maybe do another video about that, how to get like this very, very shiny and silky hair, because as you might guess, I colored my hair a little bit lighter. I am a blonde, but a few shades darker than right now, and this blonding and this coloring really attacked my hair, so they were not so shiny back then, but I found a way to make them really, really shiny, silky, straight. I will probably do a video about that if you're interested in seeing that. I'm not sure if it's a topic of interest, so please comment down below if you like to see it. And we are almost done. Oh, wait. So please comment down below if you are interested in seeing the video about how to get shiny and silky hair. If I already did this video, because maybe you will watch this video in the future. So if the video will be online, I will link it somewhere here in the cards. Or I will link it in the description box. So it's the last curl. You saw how quickly it is and how easy basically you just roll it in. I know it's not the trendiest way to get curls, but to be honest, it's just super easy to just roll them in the evening, and in the morning you just roll them out and have beautiful curls. I will show you the result tomorrow and what I do before, because if you just straight roll them out, they might look a little bit weird, but I will show you in a second. So good night and see you tomorrow. I was a little bit in a hurry, and I was just quickly getting out the curlers. I curled it up and first it looks a little bit stiff. You can brush it out. I just brushed through that, and yeah, if it's still too much of a curl, you can still continue brushing through them. If not, you don't, if you like it. And basically that's it. You just go through them a little bit. You can add a bit of hairspray if you like to hold it up, and basically you're done. It's super quick, and the softer you want your curls, the more waves you want to have instead of curls, the more you brush through them. But basically this is the look. You saw how quickly it is, and I really recommend it. Also, I will link everything you need in the info box, so you can get them if you want to. If you're interested in more hair tutorials, I have a whole playlist about glamorous Hollywood vintage hairstyles. I will link it somewhere in here, so take a look if you want to have glamorous hair. Stay chic and thank you so much for watching.